Good evening and welcome to Holliston Wrestling for a big TVL matchup between the Holliston Panthers and the Hopkinton Hillers. My name's Mark Inman. I'll be doing the play-by-play, and alongside me, my color man, is Paul Capobianco, legend in Holliston Wrestling. Good evening, Paul.
I don't know what to say to that, man.
Well, you're one of the best ever, so...
All right,
Paul,
here we go.
So, Paul, tonight we have a pretty interesting matchup. Hopkins is a fairly young team. They have 4 freshmen, 5 sophomores. Their record is 9-14 with a TVL record of 1-3, coached by Tim Nelson, assistant coach Corey Mills. Holliston has a record of 9-5-1, TVL record of 9-2, coached by third-year coach Mike Capobianco and assistant coach Kevin McShane. So it should be a good match tonight.
I think the fact that they're both young teams, there's going to be some give and take among the weight classes where they've seen each other at the Milford tournament. And from what I saw when I was there, I thought that Hopkinton had the better of it in some of those matches. And we'll see if the Holliston Panthers can come out on the better end this time.
I agree. I think that it was nice seeing them in the Milford tournament. Although they're a young team, Hopkinton has a lot of good wrestlers. They're very well coached. I think this is Tim Nelson's 13th year as a coach. And Holliston as well is very well coached by Mike Capobianco and Kevin McShane. Tonight we're starting with some JV matches. Annabelle wrestling for Holliston, and I'm not sure who's wrestling for Hopkinton.
You seem to be getting hung up on that last name, Capobianco. Are you going to be okay or what?
I think so. It's going to take me a while. I figure by 7:30 I'll have it down pat.
Yeah, well, I mean...
So the 2 wrestlers circling here, each looking for a shot. Nice shot by Anna. That's 2 for Hopkinton. Hopkinton wrestler looking for a breakdown here. Anna does a nice job of standing up and getting one, so it's 2-1.
I always thought that wrestling gave the young wrestler when he started that confidence that maybe he might not have, and I can't imagine the change that goes through a girl when she has to get out on a mat and wrestle against a boy, because should they go that 6 minutes, that's pretty brutal even for a guy.
Absolutely.
I think that for a girl to be able to do it is kudos to them.
Yeah, and Anna's done a great job for Holliston this year. It's her first year wrestling. She's really seemed to pick up the concepts well, and it's really been tough in her matches. So it's 9-4 at the end of the first period. Choice to Holliston. Holliston takes top.
Mark, this is where you'd be out there. You'd be giving her all kinds of advice right now. And here you are behind the mic tonight.
Yeah, it's nice to get a night off from coaching.
Did you want to yell a few instruction while you were here?
Well, Owen, my producer here, I think he wouldn't like that, so I'm not going to do that tonight.
No shouting into the mic.
Yeah. Owen's a tough boss, but he's fair, I'll say that about him. Looks like a reversal for Hopkinton.
You know, as a producer, the one thing I'm going to regret is that he can't even come into the bar and buy us a drink after the event.
He can in a few years, so we'll wait for him.
Well, if we can keep this production going long enough, I think he'll be able to come through for us eventually.
I agree.
He's probably going to try to forget our names after tonight.
Half Nelson by the Hopkinton wrestler.
She's got to be able to bridge here.
Annabelle's fighting off her back. She's doing a good job. She's trying to punch through. Okay, that's a pin for Hopkinton. Overall, good match by Annabelle. She hung tough there. She got a good shot, and she ended up scoring 4 points. So good show for her. So our next match is Zach from Holliston. I'm sorry I don't have the list here for the JVs. Zach is a first-year wrestler. He's a sophomore. It's about 142 pounds.
This works out well. You know all the wrestlers on the Holliston side. I like that.
I do. I don't know if I know all their last names, but I would say most of them. Zach's having a good first year. Shot by Hopkinton. Zach sprawls, laces to the mat. Good form. He's heavy on the head.
He's doing a nice job. I'm not sure he's got an
bulldog here,
obviously
Paul.
he does have an offensive move on his mind.
Nice bulldog there. Right to his back. So that's 2, and he's scoring back points.
Yep. I think.
Okay. Very good by Zach, so it's 5-0. Good start for Zach.
Had a good start with that sprawl. There was a lot of pressure on the Hopkinton wrestlers' shoulders and head.
Yep, he did it. Fundamentally, he was sound. He had his laces to the mat, and he scored 2, and then put him right. Saw the opportunity with a bulldog, and he put him right on his back. Good tight waist ankle there.
Is Zach a sophomore?
Zach is a sophomore. Oh, good tight waist ankle to get him flat. He's got to look for a wrist here. Oh. 5-0 in the second period. We're going 2-1-1. So there's about, maybe we're going 2-2-2. 55 seconds left in the third period.
You know, the difference in the uniforms now is it differs from town to town, where they have the option of the compression shirt and shorts, which Hopkinton has decided to do this year, and Holliston has stayed with the traditional singlet, which I've always liked. And
yeah, more traditional. So Zach had a nice pin there. Saw an opportunity to put the Hopkinton wrestler on his back. He took full advantage. Good form. He teed off.
And
elevated the head.
Now, Will?
This is Carson Perry.
Carson,
great kid. He's a second-year wrestler. So Saturday, Carson had an interesting match. He was down 9-1, fought off his back twice, never gave up, pinned his opponent in the third period.
Wow, that must have been exciting.
So Carson's a good neutral wrestler. He's always looking for the wrist ties, and if the headlock presents itself, he goes for it. Oh, takedown by Hopkinton. Hopkinton wrestler getting right to work there, trying for the half Nelson.
I think one of the things generally with Carson is he's smart enough to know how to wrestle.
Yes, I would agree.
He is. He does a nice job not putting himself into bad positions, even though athletically it's going to take a little bit longer for him to be where I'm sure he'd like to be. I think he's definitely smart. He learns the moves and knows what he needs to do.
I 100% agree. He's smart, he's very coachable, and he has a good attitude.
Yeah, I think the coaches love it when they know that the kid's learning and he's progressing, which is key.
Yeah,
you always want to see that level rise from the beginning to the end of the year, where you know they've learned something and they've gotten something out of it.
And usually, generally speaking, I think there's usually a big difference between a first year and second year wrestling. First year is more about surviving and just learning the technique and getting mat awareness. In the second year, they begin to hit moves and really start to contribute.
And some of it is, too, getting in shape to wrestle.
Yes, I agree.
I thought he almost had a full Nelson there.
So a nice escape. Well, almost an escape. Hopkinton still has control. Carson's trying for a crossface there.
He's got it tight, though, too, huh?
He needs to extend that right leg a little more. Cross face a little harder in there, and this needs to come around. Hopkinton wrestler really keeping a hold of that leg, but Carson's working to get his leg free. He's got to get one here. Oh, he knows. So no escape there. It was very close, very close.
2-0, not bad. Almost got to escape.
Hopkinton has choice, and they take down.
Carson's opponent looks strong.
He does. Carson going with a tight waist ankle, trying to get his hips on the mat. Good fundamental move. He's staying on it. He's got to get that tight waist a little. Well, he's sort of look for a cradle there.
Again, Carson is the type of, he's not putting himself in a bad position. And he's got the fast, he had it locked up for a moment.
Good transition wrestling by Carson. His opponent lifted up his knee. He went for the cradle, didn't get it, and he went right to the half Nelson.
Yeah, he did a nice job.
He's going for the cradle again. He's got to get hip to hip here, and it looks like he's just about hip to hip. He's got to lift strong. Yeah, he's got to keep it tight.
He's doing a nice job on top.
Now, I like how he switched on the half there. Pretty slick.
Yep. He's switching off moves. He's done a nice job controlling a stronger opponent.
Good period for Carson Perry. Very good period. So Holliston's choice right now. So Carson will take down. There's 1 minute left, Paul. So I like it. Okay, so they're going neutral. They'll give up a point and go neutral. Carson has a very good headlock. I think we might be seeing it right here. He's going to kind of set it up, controlling the arm, and then he'll probably try to hit a headlock.
Has he used it a lot this year?
Yes. I'd say not 80% of his pins are via a headlock.
Really?
Yes. So he's setting it up right there. He's got to get heavy. He's going for the bulldog. Oh, he went for it. There's a minute left. He had to go for it. He was going for the toss. He didn't get it, but it was a smart play. It was a smart play. Hopkinton with the pin. So, again, Carson's thinking out there. I'm down 4-0. There's 40 seconds left. He had to go for a headlock or a roll or a bulldog, and he went for it. What's JV wrestling's all about, learning. And I think we're ready for varsity.
Yeah, it looks like they're out there for the coin toss.
Captains are going out. Holliston captains. John Pesson. He has a 17-8 record. He is a senior. Next to him, we have David Harding. David is a junior. He's 20-3. Brian Gary is a junior. He is 102-19. Just had his 100th win the other day. And we have Seamus Frawley, a senior, who is 14-6. Good bunch of kids, Paul. The captains are leaders out there, and I think they really inspire their teammates. Very coachable kids, very well liked, and most importantly, from a wrestling standpoint, they're tough and they're smart.
I think Brian Gary's got 4 losses this year.
Oh, 4 losses, okay. Okay, tonight, the first match, we have Aiden Pesson. He's a freshman, JP's younger brother. And he's going to be facing Aiden Trent?
No.
Who is that,
He
Coach?
must be starting at 120, I would think.
Yes.
This is Josh Chun.
Okay, and Josh is a freshman. So again, Hopkinton, a very young team.
They're both freshmen.
Should be a good matchup. Aiden goes in for the shot. He needs to pick that up and finish. Josh is keeping heavy on the head.
I think Aiden needs to get his head to the other side. He's kind of got it buried in there. He's in a good position now.
Yeah, he can't fall on his hip. He needs to get up and drive that.
If he can get his head up, I think he's
there. We go.
Oh.
He needs. We're back in neutral.
Just squeeze him here.
He's got to pop his head.
Now he's in trouble.
Headlock. He's got to fight out of that. He's got to circle with him.
Yeah, he's in trouble now. I don't know if I would have given either. Well, yeah, I think I probably would have given him a takedown at this point.
56 seconds left, so he's got to hang tough. Looks like back points will be awarded. Less than 25 seconds left. Aiden's got to just hang tough here, not give up the 6 points because there's still 2 more periods.
He's not even close to being pinned. I don't even think he's given him any back points.
I think I see the ref loaded with the fingers to give the back points, but maybe now he's calling. Good call, Paul. Short time. He's got to stay tough here. He's circling toward his head. He's doing the right thing, but Aiden's keeping his shoulder up. Good job by Aiden Pessin not to get pinned. And this could come up huge here because I think he can give this kid a battle. So they're going to go neutral in the second period. We'll see if Aiden can get a takedown here. That would be huge. He's got a cross face.
So Holliston ended up deferring, and Hopkinton chose neutral again. He's got a cradle. He's got it locked up.
He's got to keep his hip up, which he's got his hip up. He needs to get that bottom knee in his side. Needs to move over a little more.
He's got the takedown and back points.
Yes. And I want to make great comeback by Aiden Pessin. And it just goes to show you how important it is to fight off your back.
Yeah, I think that changed rather quickly. So they started at 120.
Yeah, so the next match is 126.
So they'll end up coming all the way around and finishing with the 2 lightweights at 106 and 113. So now we're at 126, and it looks like Oliver Gagnon's going to wrestle 126 against Davin Evans, who's their senior captain.
Yep, Oliver's had a good year. Should be a good match here. Both wrestlers looking for inside position. Hand fighting so important. Shot by David Evans. He's got to control that ankle.
I think he's got the takedown.
So 2-point takedown.
Wow.
Good job by Oliver.
Yeah.
He's trying to get those wrists, roll the wrists to get his hips flat.
We've got 2 seniors wrestling on the mat, and it looks like it's going to be a good battle.
I think so. Oliver's staying strong on top there. He's controlling those wrists, which is very important. He's keeping his hips flat, trying to look for a turn. This is where strength comes in, strength and determination. David trying to build to a base. He's up. He's trying to hit a switch or a sit out. Oliver follows.
Be nice if he could
Western hook.
Elevate that Western hook to get his hips on the mat.
Okay, right to his back. Yes, he's got to finish here. He's got him in trouble. He's got to get his right leg back and on his toes. It's
strange how that even happened. I think the Hopkinton kid put himself on his back.
I think he turned in and exposed his back, and good for Oliver. He saw the opportunity and went for it. Smart wrestling.
Gave him a 3-point near fall. Now the match is now 5-0 in Holliston's favor.
He's looking for that. He's half Nelson. So at the end of the first period, Oliver Gagnon up 5-0. Hopkinton defers to Holliston, and Holliston takes down. So we'll be looking for a 1-point escape here. So important to watch the ref with a whistle. He's right up. He's got his hips away. He's got a cross face here and extend his leg.
I think this is how he scored last time, off the cross face with the near ankle.
Yep, he's got that ankle. So 2 for the reversal. Now it's 7-0.
You know, you don't see the switch off the bottom, which is a change of position right off the whistle, as much as you see a stand-up now. But the stand-up is pretty tried and true from youth to high school to college.
And you know, it's a pretty simple move. You just got to time it, and you got to clear your arm and stand up, and so it's a good move. But I agree, the switches, you don't see the switches much anymore. I like the switch.
Well, my favorite, the hook and roll.
That's a good move too.
Especially with people that love that tight waist.
Perhaps after the broadcast, we could put on a little clinic for the people, for the fans. I'm sure we could get enough to stick around.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. How to finish a hook and roll correctly. Post that far hand.
So Oliver staying on top here. He's really in control on top. He needs to get behind here.
It's funny. Even though Oliver's in control, it appears that the Hopkinton kid's doing a lot of the movement.
Yes.
And Oliver's just countering. I'd like to see him run a hard crossface or try to run a half wrist.
He's definitely rolling the wrist and getting him flat, but now he needs to either throw a half or... There's the half.
I think this would be considered parallel wrestling, unfortunately.
Could be. Okay, now he's running the half. He's going to try to... Well, it looked like he was going to try to throw it across his knee block, and throw it across his lap, which is a good way to finish a half. So that's the end of the second period. The score, Holliston 7, Hopkinton nothing. It's Hopkinton's choice. Hopkinton takes neutral, which I think is a smart choice, because if you're down 7-0, you can always get a throw for a pin.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going to have to do. And he'd be wise to let Oliver shoot this time, because each time he shot, he's got, well...
Good takedown there.
Yeah.
More of a defensive takedown, but it worked, and he's got him flat, and now it's 9-0, so we're looking for a major here. Be nice to get that extra point for Holliston. So he definitely has to get a turn. He had a chance for a bar arm there.
Well, he's got the major now.
Oh, he does. 9-0. You're right. There we go. He's looking for the bar, and I think he's got it.
Yeah. I'm not surprised he called him for stalling.
Yeah, that was a good call before. But now he's working. He's trying to get that. He needs to hop over. I don't think he's going to get it on that side, which he did. He's got to keep that wrist.
He's definitely dominated the wrestling.
Absolutely. I think the whole time.
He's dominated on his feet. He's dominated on the mat. Even when Davin was on top, he was able to stand against him right away.
He was. He got that one pretty quickly.
So there's less than a minute left, and even though he does have a warning, he is working hard to try to secure some kind of back points.
And there's the crossface. Good move here. We can maybe get a Turk, or no, he's going for the cradle. He's going for the cradle here.
Needs to post that hand. Put it on the mat.
Okay, he gave it a shot there. Now he got the wrist, which was good. He's keeping him flat.
He's dominated this particular match tonight.
Okay, good. Now he's going for the cradle again. All right, that's a good finish. That's an excellent finish. So, final is 9-0. Okay, who do we have next? Who do we have next, Paul?
We have Brian Gary from Holliston Wrestling, Will Tedstone from Hopkinton. I think all of them might have lost to Davin when they wrestled in the Milford tournament.
That would be a great comeback win, because he certainly dominated that match.
He certainly did.
Good takedown by Brian. Brian's very quick on his feet. I think we're going to be looking for a tilt here. Brian likes the tilt.
Brian's a sophomore.
Junior.
No, Brian's a junior. Brian's had a great career so far. He was sectional champ his freshman year and came in third in the state and placed in the All-States. Last year he was sectional champion and was a state finalist coming in second.
He's got right to his back. Nice running that. There we go, right
He's
there.
not wasting any time.
He's not. He's trying to get 6 points for his team. He's got to settle his hips back a little bit, which he is. It was nice to see Brian get his 100th win against Ashland, and it was very classy on Ashland's part to recognize it right after the match.
That was. I think
there's the cradle.
Ashland and Holliston have a lot of respect for one another.
He's got the cradle. Very fundamentally sound. He's got the left knee in the hip. He's got to get that left knee in the hip.
Needs to slow down a little bit. He seems to be rushing through these.
I think he's a little enthusiastic to get those 6 points, but 7-0 right now. He's still got that arm there. He can score from here.
He needs to be careful. He needs to be very careful with that shoulder.
He does. Okay, nice move there to grab the head and right to his back again. He's got him flat. He lifts his head, does everything right. He just got to finish here. He's hanging tough. 10 seconds left. And the pin. Another win by Brian Gary. Just a very solid match. Brian rarely makes mistakes. Very opportunistic, tenacious. Could very well be the all-time winningest wrestler in Holliston. Jay Fisher's up next for Holliston.
Jay's wrestling 145. He's a junior. He's going to be wrestling Sebastian Lasada. He's a freshman.
Takedown. Jay's getting right to work there. I think he was looking for a tilt, and he is. He's got to get his hip up. He's got to get that hip up. No backs. I think he's trying for it again.
Well, the Holliston wrestlers certainly have come out energized.
They have. Looking for a he's got the half Nelson here, right to his back.
Which is nice to see, but I would have thought that the Hopkinton team would have been energized on their senior night on their home court, whether they're young or not.
Yeah, Holliston certainly has come out like, oh, and there's the pin. Good job by Jay. He really finished.
The next match will be 152, and I think we got one of Holliston's seniors, Seamus Foley.
Seamus Foley, yes. Seamus is having a good year, one of our captains.
He's going to be wrestling Dan Greenleaf, who's a sophomore.
Seamus very good in neutral.
Dan looks somewhat stocky. The size difference is...
Seamus is tough when he moves those feet.
Yeah, when he creates movement, he does a very nice job. He's more aggressive when he's moving.
Oh, opportunity to score there. And I have to say, Paul, all these wrestlers, the Holliston wrestlers I know, because I help coaches, they're all in great shape. They can all go 6 minutes, which is huge.
Yeah. Yep.
He's got a good shot there. He's just got to finish, and he does.
Coach Mike Capobianco wrestled in college, and obviously both of us have been in the room at times during practice, and he runs a college practice a lot of the days, especially early in the week. Those Mondays can be tough.
They can. He's and I have to say, not just because I coach with him, he's a great coach. The kids respect him. Very knowledgeable. In the room when he breaks moves down, he does it very simplistically, and he's very patient with the kids, especially the younger kids. So very impressive. And his assistant's very good, Kevin McShane. And too, when you think of the Hopkinton coaches, Tim Nelson and Corey Mills, two classy guys, two great coaches. And so really the TBL's kind of blessed with good coaching.
Not only good coaching, but friends.
Yes.
There's a friendship among all these coaches where afterwards they'll go. I know that Owen's not going to come with us, but they'll go have a beer together.
Yeah, sometimes after the matches they have a few 7-Ups and maybe a couple chicken wings, which I think is a good thing. And I need to give a shout-out to the 2 Ashland coaches who are our friend group, too, Pete Zakilli and Jared Corey, who also do a great job. But to your point, I think they all care about Metro West wrestling, which is just good for the kids.
Do you want to mention your family while you're at it?
I'd like to say hello to my wife, Colleen. Colleen, I really miss you. I didn't see you since 8 o'clock this morning, and I don't know if I can go on.
All right. I think he's going to edit that part out. I hope he does.
Can you leave it in for a Mother's Day present? Okay, so it's 2-1 at the end of the first period.
Yeah, let's get back to the wrestling.
A good match so far. Good match. Both wrestlers tough on their feet.
I think Dan looks very tough.
Strong. He's very strong.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with his efforts. I mean, he's not offensively dominating, but Sheamus has done very well in his wrestling career, and generally he runs that half Nelson against everybody, and Dan's done a very good job.
Yeah, Dan definitely a strong wrestler. He's not letting Sheamus get his hips flat, but Sheamus has got the Western hook in now. Trying to look for a little offense. He's got the wrist.
If I could just yell a couple times, elevate that. Hopefully.
I don't know if our producer, he might suspend you. Our producer, like I said, he's tough, but he's fair. Oh, he's trying for a little roll there on bottom. Didn't get it. Okay, that's a stalling warning on Holliston. Coach Mike's not happy about that call, and I might tend to agree with him. Of course, we need to be impartial, so I will.
I'm gonna side with the official on this one. He can't ride parallel. I know you can work for a wrist, but you can always get out to the side, run a crossface. And maybe that's what Sheamus needed, was the warning to get him to think more offensively.
Yeah, and it seems to be working. He seems to be taking – he's got that bar in.
Yes, he's got it in tight, and I think that, there's 14 seconds left, so maybe he's not going to score, but he's definitely moving a lot better.
He's got the half in now, I think.
There it is.
There it is right there.
He should be scoring. He's got to get 2. Yeah.
2 back points.
That was very nice.
So Sheamus is up 4-1 going into the third period. And Holliston took top here, which I think is a good move because, Sheamus put him on his back at the end of the period, and I think Mike sees the opponent might be a little tired, so I think that's a really good call by Mike. And again, he's trying for that bar, and I think it's good for Sheamus to finish strong.
Sheamus when he is determined, he runs a very good half Nelson series. He's got the wrist. He could always switch off and run the half.
Good job to follow by Sheamus. He's really trying to get that bar. I don't see a lot of movement on bottom. Perhaps there could be a stalling call coming on Hopkinton. He's got the bar in pretty tight.
He does. He needs to come, if he could possibly grab that.
Well, he's trying to run it. He's almost. Okay. Sheamus doing a good job. He's really working hard on top. Should be a good last minute. Hopefully Sheamus can get a turn here.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of activity here. Got a minute left in the match. It's 4-1.
There he's got the half there. He's got to get his leg out and run it. Gets him flat again. Okay. Cross face. Oh, he's got the cradle. Looks like he's got it, Paul. Looks like he has it. Got it locked up. He just needs to bring it back. Be careful there, Seamus. Don't hang your head. Got to get to the side there. He's to the side. Now he's got to lift. Big, strong lift, and he's got it. And 2 back points, and a nice job of Seamus to cover. Excellent job by Seamus. He's really worked for 6, well, perhaps a little stalling, but for the most part, he's worked hard for 6 minutes.
He did a nice job with the cradle, and I think he brought him back too hard. But he was determined. That was a battle.
It was a battle.
They both really did battle.
And a good show for Dan as a sophomore. Wrestling a tough senior captain. So a good show for him. Next match for Holliston, we have the first-year wrestler, Andrew DeSimone.
Wait. Yeah, that's
Andrew DeSimone, first-year wrestler for Holliston. Done a good job as a first-year wrestler. Think he enjoys the sport.
Huh.
Attempt for a shot. It needs to get a little closer. Both wrestlers trying for wrist control. Good hand fighting here. It's all about setting up the shot.
All right, I guess this is Dan Greenleaf here.
So the team score right now is Holliston 25, Hopkinton nothing.
With 5, this is the 5th match.
I believe so. Shot by Hopkinton. Andrew doing a good job staying on his feet. I almost had to catch him there. Good thing I have those cat-like reflexes.
Yeah, if he'd come to the table, I don't know what we would have done.
I probably would have ducked. So good job by Andrew not giving up the takedown there. Now he's got a deep shot there. He's got the leg. He's got to step up with that. Good job by the Hopkinton wrestler to be heavy on that, not giving up the 2.
Yeah, he actually did a nice job getting his leg to the ground and actually overhooking his arm and almost got Andrew off balance. But Andrew was able to recover and not give up any points. Sometimes when you initiate the move, the other wrestler has a good counter move, and a lot of, I don't know what the percentage would be, but there are a lot of wrestlers that are counter wrestlers.
There are, and it's fun to see.
Yeah.
Like, it's very strategic. Now Andrew's got a shot in, and right to his, well, no points. So good first period.
It seemed to
Choice.
be a quick 2 minutes.
It was. Okay, it was Green's choice. Did Green's choice, I believe they deferred. Did they defer? I was a little distracted.
I think they took bottom.
Okay, Green took bottom. Okay.
I'm not 100% sure on that.
Maybe our producer knows.
I was going to say that myself.
There's an escape, so 1-0 for Hopkinton. A lot of hand fighting going on here, trying to set up a shot. Almost had the takedown. He's got to get a little quicker and a little deeper on that shot.
Is Andrew a first-year wrestler?
Andrew is a first-year wrestler, yes. Mike encouraging him to commit, to get there and get a better shot. Got to get a little closer. Coach Gary telling him to move his feet. Got to get heavy on the
nice
head.
Crossface. Nice crossface.
He's got to get his leg back. It's smart to get out of bounds. That's smart to get out of bounds. Coach Gary doing the camera. Probably one of the best cameramen in the business.
I don't know. You're not giving Owen much
Oh
credit.
no, well, it's a foregone conclusion that Owen's probably the best, and Steve aspires to be like Owen, but Steve's up there. I think it goes Francis Ford Coppola, Martin Scorsese, Owen, and then Steve Gary.
Yeah. Sounds good. I think both wrestlers are really trying to figure out the best course to try to make an attack, and I'm not 100% sure either one is confident.
All right, there's a
Although
nice
Andrew
takedown.
just got a great double leg,
He
right?
did. He got in there and he hit it quick. So Andrew will take a 2-1 lead. 26 seconds left in the second period. So we're looking for a good breakdown here for Holliston. Hopkinton's right up. He turns in. He gets his one. Good move. Good move by the Hopkinton wrestler.
Yeah, I think Andrew needs to work on his control on top.
It's all about who's quicker off the whistle. So we're in neutral again, so I think we're going to see another battle here.
Maybe you can get another smash double.
That was a nice double leg. All right, this is a very good match. Both young wrestlers here, so good for them. 2-2, and this is where being in shape makes a difference. He's got the bar in, Paul.
Yeah, Andrew needs to keep his elbows in. I think that he's going to have issues if he doesn't do that. Yeah, he's going to have a hard time getting up if he doesn't bring his elbows in and get his base a little bit more squared up.
Well, he almost had a stand-up.
Yep.
Got to get hand control. Hand control is very important. He's looking for hand control, and he almost had it, but now he got a bar arm. He's trying to run it. He's got a hip down. He can't give that up. He can't turn. He's got a hip down, and he's doing a pretty good job.
Oh, that was a mistake. That was a figure four on the head.
Very fortunate for Holliston, for Andrew there. So 1 minute left, 2-2. So this is a good match.
Yeah, you wonder if maybe he should have gone neutral. But we'll see what happens. There's a minute.
He's
like
right
you
up.
said.
He's right up. Andrew's got to get hand control and get his head off the mat. He just did. Ooh. He's up again. He's got the hands. He just needs to finish. Don't look into that half.
He's got to get his elbows in. It's going to...
He's hanging tough on his hip not to turn.
Got the Hopkinton crowd going.
They want to win here. No, all right, he's got no points, no back points. Now there will be back point and a pin.
Dan Greenleaf.
So it was a good finish by Dan Greenleaf. It was a tough match the whole time. He hung in there tough, saw an opportunity to get Andrew on his back, and he finished.
All right,
Next
this is Hopkinton's best wrestler. Jake, well, actually the next two wrestlers for Hopkinton are probably the two best wrestlers. Jake Sokol and Christian McDonald at 170.
And Tristan Benson for Holliston. Tristan is a second-year wrestler.
Second-year wrestling football superstar.
Yes. Very good, excellent football player. I think he led the league in rushing this year.
I didn't know that.
I believe he did. And Tristan's very good in neutral. Got good motion. He's very strong, and he's very quick.
Led the league in rushing as a sophomore. That's impressive.
Yep, I believe he did. It was either first or second.
Oh, Coach Kiley must be very pleased.
Yes. Good motion by both wrestlers looking for the takedown. Sokol shoots in. Good move by Tristan to keep him away. Deep shot by Jake.
Oh,
Tristan
nice.
threw in the
Nice.
whizzer. He's heavy on that. He's got to stay heavy on that. Watch for the throw. So Jake gets 2 points for a takedown.
That was a nice little scramble there.
Was a nice scramble. Okay, very good. Good period so far. Tristan needs to be quick off the whistle here. Good turn in. He needs to get hip separation here, which he's trying for.
That turn in would be
Yes.
a nice turn in if he used it for a switch instead of coming over the back.
Yes, I agree. So
Obviously, it's good for what he uses it for, which is an escape, but that's definitely a great move if you're going to use it as a switch.
good takedown by Jake.
He's got those quick hips.
Yes. So it's 4-1. Jake is ahead of Tristan.
Jake seems pretty slick on his feet.
Yeah, he's
got that inside step to a single down pretty well.
So 4-2. We see if Tristan can get a takedown here to tie it up.
I know Tristan's got a great smash double of his own.
He does. He wrestled on Saturday. He wrestled a couple matches on Saturday. He did very well. Had 3 or 4 takedowns. He had a pin. Both wrestlers pretty good on their feet. So 4-2 going into the second period. Hopkinton has choice and chooses neutral, which I think is a good move, and it's good for the fans.
I think, Holliston had choice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And deferred.
Fun match to watch. Both wrestlers looking for an opportunity.
Tristan needs to lower his base a little bit. He does nice, and then he stands up. He gets low, and then he straightens, which Jake seemed to be able to time twice last period.
Yep, that's an excellent point.
I think if Tristan would have maintained that low stance and be a little bit more aggressive, he'd have a shot at getting into this match with a takedown.
I think that's an excellent point. Both times, I think Jake caught him in that position, just as we were talking about. And again, he's in there pretty deep. And a nice finish. It was a nice finish. So 6-2, Jake Sokol. He's being really heavy on that arm. He's got that 2-on-1.
Does a nice job. Jake does a nice job timing Tristan's movement so that he can get in on that leg.
But so far, good showing for Tristan. He's, again, only a second-year wrestler. He was out for a little bit in the first part of the season. So Jake's got the leg in. He's got one of the legs in. Looks like he's trying for a power. No, he's heavy on the head there. He's trying to crank that to score back points. Tristan's very strong and right up. And an excellent, excellent escape. He got his hips away, and he turned in quickly. But Jake seems to be shooting. Jake seems to like neutral. Great shot. He's got to keep him in bounds. Oh! Great shot by Tristan Benson there, Paul.
Yeah.
He's not giving up. He's in this match. 3 seconds left, and we're going to go into the third period with a 6-3 score. I think so far one of the best matches of the night.
I think that if Tristan can escape and get his one and then get the confidence to get that takedown, he's got to be a little bit more aggressive.
He's got to stay in bounds there. He's got to try to stay in bounds. But, again, he was up and he was in a position to get the escape. What we're hoping for here is an escape and then a takedown. Oh, don't reach back. I thought he was going for a switch. Some wrestlers reach back. I think it's just a reaction.
Yeah, that can be trouble.
Absolutely. Sokol's got him turned in a pin.
Wow, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, that happened pretty quick. Sokol's very opportunistic. He saw it. He got it in there and pinned him. So the score now is Holliston 25, Hopkinton 12. So wrestling for Holliston is junior captain David Harding. David's having a great year, Paul. Let me see if I can find his record. 20-3. He won the Framingham tournament, which is a very tough tournament. And he also won the tournament in, I forget the name of the town. David looking for a cradle here. Whitman Hansen, thank you.
You're welcome. No problem.
That was what being partners is all about.
I watched it live on Flow Wrestling. Love that Flow Arena.
Yeah. Holliston looking for a fall here. David's very aggressive, and he'll be looking for a cradle most likely. Caution to Holliston.
Yeah, he is very, very aggressive. And again, this is one of Hopkinton's better wrestlers.
He's got that arm nice and tight there. He's got to use it. He's got to get his hips up, which he has, and he's getting back points. Probably 2 back points. 2 back points, so David's up 4-0. And he's got him. No backs on that, no backs. I think David needs to stick to the basics and look for a half here or something, which he has. There it is. He's got to watch his hips. Hips are everything in wrestling. What's the saying in wrestling, Paul? High hips wins?
I'm not sure of that cliche, actually.
Near side cradle. He almost had the near side cradle.
He did.
And he's still going for it. And I think he will get it if he just sticks with it.
I think he's got it.
He's got it now. He's got to stay on his toes, keep his weight back. And now he's going for the bulldog, and I think he's got that. Great transition wrestling by Dave Harding here. Very good. He's just got to settle his weight back, and I think he's pinned, Paul.
I think it's going to be hard to recover when he transitions from a near side cradle to a bulldog, and it's hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
but boy, he stuck with it, and
it's like walking into a bee's nest. You don't know where they're coming from.
Right.
You either turn around and run or find a pool somewhere.
I have a little experience running into a bee's nest. You know?
Do you?
I'll share it at a later time, but it was not a lot of fun. Okay, we have Spencer Fetro up. Spencer is 19-5 this year, having a good year. He also won the Whitman Hansen tournament, and I believe he won the Framingham tournament as well. He did not.
He came in second.
He
lost to the Methuen wrestler in the finals.
I'm glad I have my color guy with me here. He's the best in the business. He keeps me honest. And I have a tendency to inflate the statistics. Good strong takedown and right to his back.
Yeah, he's got that takedown down pat.
Right to work. He's trying for a cradle here. He's got to be careful here, though. All right. They're back to neutral. It's 4-2. Spencer very tough in neutral all year. He's got a good shot there, and he lifts it up, lifts it off the mat. Now he's right to his back. Oh, and that is what we call in wrestling is a slam. And Hopkinton will get the win. Okay, up next is Laurent Kwan. Laurent, another second-year wrestler, currently 6-11, but Laurent had a good win on Saturday, Paul, against North Attleboro. He went into overtime and he pinned this guy, and he got 6 points.
Really?
Yes. It was a nice win to see for Laurent. He was very excited after the match, very fired up. So
we got two sophomores wrestling one another.
This is good. Nice shot in there. Laurent's got to stay off his hip. Laurent, a very strong wrestler. So it's 31-18 right now in favor of Holliston, a 13-point differential. Yes, I was a math major in college. Paul, who do we have wrestling for Hopkinton? Dan Sage? Oh, Kean Bari, okay. Laurent's right up. He's got to get an escape here.
Yeah, it's Kean Bari from, he's a senior.
He's trying to sink that bar in deep. Now he's throwing the half on the other side. Laurent's very strong. He's working the half on the other side now. Kean's doing a good job of keeping Laurent's hips on the mat, but Laurent, big burst up. He's got to stay in bounds. Oh, he's got to keep turning.
I think the match is going to be closer than it appeared earlier.
I think so.
I think going forward, there's a good chance that Hopkinton's going to get a couple forfeits, or at least one that I know of.
Yes. Yeah, definitely that last match was potentially a 12-point swing. Holliston will be in bottom, so obviously we're looking here for an escape and then a takedown. Good initial motion by Laurent. He's right up. Hopkins wrestler's high. Laurent's got a score here. Good mat return by Kean.
Yeah, there's not much happening. It looks like Kean, even though it looks like he's dominating, has been riding parallel. So I think he could probably call stalling on both wrestlers at this point.
I would agree with that. Well, he's got that half. He's trying for that half. Laurent's staying tough. He's hip down, which is good. He's got to keep working. He's got to get some wrist control, some hand control. Laurent's got to get his head off the mat. Laurent's up to a base now. We'll see if he can stand up.
Laurent
was trying for the power. Looked like he was trying for the power half.
Not much happening during this match.
20 seconds left in the second period.
Even though both are putting great effort into it, there's not a lot happening. The Hopkinton wrestler is, well, it's the first time he's come out to the side.
He's got to be careful with that back there. So we 2-0 going into the third period, and Hopkinton is taking top, which I think is a smart choice because Laurent was just got ridden for 2 minutes, so I think that's a smart choice. Laurent's got to keep the motion. Looked like he tried for a roll there.
It was definitely one senior that came out kind of fired up.
Yeah. So Laurent has a potential to score here. Oh!
He's got to get his hip up.
Yep.
He's going to be in trouble. He had his opportunity, and he fell on his hip.
Right now, if you're Holliston, you do not want to give up a pin. Absolutely not. Hopkinton wrestler is working for a fall. He's heavy on he's got those wrists. He keeps rolling the wrists. Trying for the half again. There could be a stalling coming up here. 50 seconds left in the match. It's still 2-0. Hopkinton in control. Laurent trying to get to his base, but he's having trouble. He doesn't want to reach back.
Yeah, not much is happening in this match. It's
and there's stalling. All you got. 18 seconds left. We need a big burst up and a quick takedown.
Or a hook and roll.
Or a hook and roll, even better. So 10 seconds left.
Yeah, I think.
So that'll make the score 31-21.
Yep.
And how many matches do we have left?
3.
3 matches left. And one of them is going to be a forfeit, correct?
That's correct.
So the margin is tightening here. Up for Holliston is Carter Capello. He is a first-year wrestler, sophomore. So first year is always tough for kids. You know, they're learning how to wrestle, and it's when you're out there on the island, as they say, it can be tough. But Carter's worked hard this year, and I've seen some improvement. Definitely seen some improvement with him.
Actually, there's 4 matches left. This must be the 220 match.
You're right. So
2 forfeits.
2 forfeits. So it's going to be a tight one here.
I guess they need to win a couple matches.
They do. Dan Sage is a senior. Carter going for the headlock. He didn't get it. And 2-point takedown. One minute and 10 left in the first period. Carter Capella on bottom. Dan Sage takes top. Carter trying to get wrist control. Dan's throwing the power. Look for the power half. You're up. Now he's looking for a half here.
I think that
looks like he's got the half.
Looks like Hopkinton's come alive here in the second part of this match.
They certainly have. Oh, he almost rolled through there. Carter almost rolled through here.
Almost.
He's fighting hard off his back. And it's a pin. So now that makes the score Holliston 31, Hopkinton 27. 4-point differential. The next match will be a forfeit for Hopkinton.
So Ashland and Holliston can't win.
Now that'll make the score 33-31. even with a pin here, makes it 37-33. And the last match is a forfeit, I believe.
Yep.
So
I think
like
that's.
I think it's academic at this point.
Yep.
We'd like to see David here get a good win here. David, a second-year wrestler. First year was a little rough. He was a little bit underweight. This year he's closer to the weight, and he's really had a good year. He's 13-9, and I've seen his confidence grow every match. He's tough with that quarter Nelson, Paul.
I think they lost last. The Hopkinton kid won last time they wrestled, but this would be a good match to see if he can come back and change that result.
And Lucas Dion is a freshman, so two younger wrestlers here. David's tough with that quarter Nelson as a defense and neutral. I think if he can learn to finish it, he'll be tough with that.
He's got to get a little bit more offensive.
Good shot there.
He looks so much stronger than he did last year.
Oh, definitely. He's probably 10 pounds heavier. That makes a difference. We had one wrestler, Paul, do you remember from the past, who was underweight as a freshman and even as a sophomore, and he ended up being a state champion. Rufus Koblenzer.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of coaching him.
You did, and you did a heck of a job. He won states, didn't he? How many state champions have you coached, Paul?
Actually, that was Mike's first year that Rufus was a state champion.
Okay.
I think 6.
I had the pleasure of meeting one of them, Tim Lockhart.
Yeah, Tim and I had a bet, cost me my hair. He got to pick it right off.
So end of the first period at 0-0. Hopkinton will be on bottom. So we need a good breakdown for David here. David's got a bar in there. See if he can turn him with that. Oh, potentially dangerous. He's looking for the half. David being very offensive here, which is good. That's what you want to see. He's burying that head. Good job to stay behind.
They're both so small, they're like in a little ball. It's hard to even work any moves.
So Lucas is trying to fight the hands and come up. But David's being tenacious. He's rolling the wrists. And
well,
he's
this
got
is,
that half.
seems to be it's another hard-fought match. Unfortunately, again, they're both in that parallel position. They need to.
Okay, now that'll be a point against Holliston for a full Nelson. So 1 point will be awarded to Hopkinton. A common mistake for younger wrestlers. Good job by the referee. David's got to sprawl and keep his laces to the mat.
He's got to do something. He's got time. He's behind. This is
got the cross face. He's elevating. Yep.
He should double up on that.
Okay, we'll see if he can get some.
He needs to be more offensive-minded.
Yeah, he needs a turn here. 18 seconds left in the first period. It's 1-0.
Yeah, there's not much going on here.
All right, Paul, we got a good one here. It's 1-0 going into the third period. Holliston's choice. They're on bottom. Good call. David right up. He's got to stay in bounds. Got to get his hips away. Yep, he's trying to get away. Good. Oh, he's got to get that leg free. Oh, almost.
Yep, he's had no trouble getting to his feet. He needs to just be a little bit more offensive-minded.
Got to get heavy on that head. He needs to score from here. Okay, so that's a stalling call. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Hopkinton wrestler didn't work up fast enough. Stayed on too low.
Yeah, I think he was on those ankles.
Like he is now, so that, well. Okay, so right now, Hopkinton is taking neutral, gives Holliston a point. So third period, pretty much it looks like
takedown.
Yeah, I love it. This would be a good way to end the night, Paul, for a takedown for David.
He's got to be more aggressive.
You got to snap that down. He's got a snap down here.
He's got a nice spot right here.
Good snap down. Snap it down again. And now you got to score here. Got to get that leg back. Crank that to the mat. He has opportunity here. He's just got to finish. Okay, this is a good time to throw that. Oh.
He's in trouble.
He can't give up a takedown here.
It's hard to see who's going to. Kid's tough.
He is. 35 seconds left. Oh, and a great move. But he's got to work up. He's still got the 2. Now it's 1. It's 3-2. Good scramble here. Keeps his hips up, and he's got a takedown.
Wow.
A lot happened in the past 17 seconds.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
He's got to stay behind and keep his hip up. He's got to keep his hip up and attack that head. 10 seconds left. Very fortunate for David there. Now he's just got to be smart. Got to keep his hands in front of him and be strong on top. He's got to stay heavy on that. He's got to keep the ankle right there. If he can keep that ankle, he'll win. And good finish for David. Very good finish. That's a big win for his confidence, too. So right now it's 34-33 in favor of Holliston. However, unfortunately, Holliston will have to give a forfeit here, and the final score will end up being 39-34 Hopkinton.
Yep, they're going to lose the match on a forfeit.
Tough way to lose the match. It's a very tough way to lose the match. The Hopkinton fans whooping it up over there. They should be happy. They beat a tough opponent tonight.